Daniel Reed was 34 years old. Every day at 2 p.m., he walked into St. Harbor Medical Center and spent 10 hours repairing broken wheelchairs, fixing hospital beds, and replacing damaged equipment. The work was honest, but it was exhausting. By midnight, he returned to a small rented room above an old grocery store near the harbor. The room smelled of salt water and rust. The ceiling leaked when it rained. His savings account contained less than $200. Most painful of all, Daniel felt invisible. People thanked doctors. People praised nurses. Nobody noticed the man fixing things behind the scenes. One rainy evening, he stared at his reflection in a cracked mirror. For the first time, he asked himself a frightening question. Is this all my life will ever be? That question followed him into the night. 3 days later, Daniel received a call from his younger sister. Their father had suffered a minor stroke. Thankfully, he survived. But seeing his father lying weak in a hospital bed shook Daniel deeply. His father squeezed his hand. "Son," he whispered, "I spent my whole life waiting for the right time to chase my dreams." Daniel listened carefully. His father continued, "And that time never came." Those words struck him harder than any storm. On the bus ride home, Daniel couldn't stop thinking. Maybe he wasn't poor because he lacked talent. Maybe he was poor because he kept postponing his future. The next morning, Daniel boarded an early bus. Only a few passengers were awake. One of them was an elderly woman named Evelyn. Every morning she sat in the same seat, writing in a notebook. Daniel finally asked her, "Why are you always awake this early?" She smiled. "Because these hours belong to me." Evelyn had spent 40 years as a librarian. She explained that the quiet hours before sunrise had helped her learn, read, and grow while everyone else slept. Then she said something Daniel never forgot. Most people wait for opportunities. A few people create them. Before leaving the bus, she handed him a small card. On it, she had written, 4:30 a.m. Build before the world wakes up. The next day, Daniel set his alarm for 4:30 a.m. When it rang, he hated everything. His bed felt comfortable. His room was cold. His mind screamed for more sleep. But he remembered his father. Slowly, he got up. He made coffee. He sat at an old table. And for 30 minutes, he studied a free online course about hospital administration. He understood almost nothing. Still, he continued. The next morning, he did it again, and again, and again. Daniel wasn't becoming rich. He wasn't getting promoted. But small victories appeared everywhere. He learned faster. He felt healthier. He stopped wasting hours scrolling through his phone. Each morning, he completed one lesson, one chapter, one exercise, one improvement, tiny steps. But they added up. For the first time in years, Daniel felt proud of himself, not because of results, because of consistency. The hospital struggled with outdated equipment records. Files were missing. Maintenance schedules were confused. Staff wasted hours searching for information. One afternoon, Daniel spoke up. He showed his supervisor a digital tracking system he had built using skills learned during his early morning studies. The supervisor was impressed. Nobody expected such an idea from a maintenance worker. Within weeks, the system reduced delays throughout the department. People finally noticed Daniel. When the hospital manager offered Daniel additional responsibilities, he panicked. What if he failed? What if everyone discovered he wasn't smart enough? For several nights, self-doubt returned. Then he remembered something Evelyn once told him. Courage isn't feeling ready. Courage is moving while afraid. The next morning at 4:30 a.m., Daniel sat down and continued studying. Fear remained, but he moved forward anyway. 90 days after starting his new routine, Daniel was invited to the hospital director's office. His hands trembled. The director smiled. "We've been watching your work." Daniel expected criticism. Instead, he received an offer: a full-time administrative coordinator position, regular daytime hours, professional training, and nearly double his salary. For a moment, he couldn't speak. Everything he had worked for suddenly became real. That evening, Daniel visited his father. When he shared the news, tears filled the old man's eyes. Neither spoke for several seconds. Finally, his father smiled. "You stopped waiting." Daniel nodded. For years, he believed success meant finding a lucky break. Now he understood. Success was built one morning at a time, one choice at a time, one disciplined day after another. 1 year later, Daniel's life looked completely different. He lived in a comfortable apartment. His father received proper medical care.